And it's under your name.
Should I wait to download it until that step is done?
You can download it. I think you probably have time. Well, we're going to have Briley help us out this week. There's like all these detailed drawings we're supposed to do. We might get through a couple tonight. The rest of them I'm going to have Briley do on his own and just email it to us. If you have time Wednesday.
Why do they have to do it? Like, they can't just get in there and get a section view of what they... Like, why do they all have to do it, like, by scratch?
Like one of them is a cabinet side detail, and there's no cabinets in there yet.
Okay. Like,
But that would make more sense, wouldn't it?
oh, yeah.
But one of them is a tile detail, and that wouldn't be in there. There's a couple of them that are tile details, and then there's a podium that you make from scratch. That's not something you can download. No, you'll be making it in Revit. There's actually a drawing mode in Revit that I hadn't used before, so this is new.
I think I'd heard of that. Maybe from my Earth or something. But obviously I'm not just dead either.
There's a way to create your own 3D content in there. I just got a book on it and how to create your own templates and stuff. I'm going to be looking over that. So.
How are you able to open that over there? Is it the same version as on these computers, Revit?
Yeah, it's all 14.
Did you hear?
15.
I did ask. She put in a request to change all these to 15.
You mentioned that. So hopefully it's before the semester's over. But I guess next semester.
Yeah,
Very true.
I hope it'll be soon.
I did learn how to do split screen. So.
Did you turn off your microphone, Briley?
don't have anything plugged in. So that's probably why.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can? Oh, wait, I should mute myself.
Yeah, they have built-in little...
Oh, like that. I want to go on.
Yes, I swear to God, someone needs to email her and tell her. I wanted to just type it in the freaking thing. It made me so angry. Because I feel like she doesn't understand how we can hear it.
Who?
Her name is Melissa.
Oh, it's in your other class.
Yeah, and just like anytime Cheryl unmutes it, like her TV is so loud.
Yeah, every week.
You can't even hear someone else answering a question. And it's every week. Like, can you please go in a different room? Or I don't know.
And then she, like, when someone asks her a question, she types in the answer, even though we can all hear her TV playing.
And then, like, if someone asks a question, Cheryl has to, like, go and mute everyone, but that person would be like, okay, can you ask it again, please? Because I couldn't hear you. I can't. It's awful.
Kim's in.
Make it about 2 steps of the way.
Are you doing anything to cause that warning light to go on?
On me?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Either one of you? I wonder what that's for. Oh, not attentive. That means you're not actively on the screen. Huh.
Okay, how about now?
No. There, now it's off. Everybody waits till the last minute. Get on. Hmm?
My longitudinal section does not look the same as the one in the book.
Really?
Not really. Yours. You didn't do it. It shows so much worse.
It's your detail level?
Cut differently.
Go to your floor plan.
Because it looks like it's just showing your exterior, your windows.
God. So,
I couldn't get it to flip earlier. I had to redraw it.
There was a little arrow button.
Cool. It should look like what they have.
Exactly.
Yours looks pretty close. Is there... What's different? I don't see what's different between theirs and...
These doors aren't there, that wall, that line isn't there. This is kind of different, like whatever that is, it's kind of different.
Might be where you're placing it in the...
The stairs on the second floor there. Which is weird.
Christensen. Hi.
Okay, now it looks half the same, but my stairs still changes.
Okay, we'll start another 5 minutes, see if more people sign up. Waiting for a few people.
Right?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you speaking. Should I put headphones in? Because we don't want double voice. I'll do it.
Briley, say something.
Can you ask if you can still
If what?
can you stick on your headphones?
Uh-huh. I can hear you too.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to hear me if I talk, but will I be able to hear the other people if they
You may not be.
Yeah, but if I put on headphones, I will.
Yep. Hi. Those are my bad ones.
Oh, are they? Be sure, because there's two of them.
Yeah, those are the bad ones. These are the good ones. I think.
Wait, you sure? Because these are the ones I've been using.
Okay.
These don't look familiar, but they look different.
Mine falls apart here. Yeah, these were the wrong ones.
Okay.
I'm going to put them in the back.
Will you say something on that? So I can hear in my headphones if it.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What the heck? I can hear your voice, but not you in this.
Do your sound check.
Hello? Hello?
I hear you.
I don't hear you.
Do the sound part tab. There.
This?
Yeah. Up. Right there. Now click the play.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I have my volume turned down. I remember.
There are 5 other callers.
Whoa. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start. Kim, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Katie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. Okay, and everybody else is here in the studio. So I'm going to go ahead and start. We're on page 8.1. We're going to be covering over sections and details tonight. So at this point, oh, Shirley's here. Good. Let's see here. So tonight we're covering chapter 8. And at this point, this is kind of what you should have. If you have not been able to attach, let me see if I can go ahead and turn this on too. Hold on just a second. Okay, if you have not been able to attach this section along to your curved roof, don't fret because no one else has been able to do that either. I'm thinking one of the problems that's causing that is that if you go to your floor plan, top of masonry view, and zoom in here, and if you click on this front portion, which it's not allowing me to do that right now. If you click on the front portion of that top wall, that 4-foot wall that you drew, it should go to completely to end. And if it doesn't, I'm thinking that's what the problem is. So if you click on this section here, it's not doing it for me. Let's try level 3. It should go end to end. So if yours not, like if one of these walls are protruding all the way to the front, try changing that over and dragging the one back and extending the one to the front of it, and that might help you to be able to extend that portion up to the ceiling. Let's go back here. There it is. Otherwise, and then this is your other view here that you should have going on. Okay, but if you have a problem and you cannot extend that white portion there, that 4-foot high wall, that's fine, Kristen. If you want to extend that and you're not able to, don't worry about it. Just turn it in the way it is. I'm not going to count down for that. There are some instances where I tried to go into students' work and try to change it, and I wasn't able to. So Revit's just acting a little funny when it comes to that roof portion. So if it's not attached, that's fine. Otherwise, if that's really bugging you and you want it to really attach, you can always delete the roof and then do the extrusion, what I did in the recording, and then just extend it back into the roof behind it. So, are there any questions on Lesson 7? You guys can push your little raise hand button if you have a question. So no questions? Okay. I'll continue then. Okay, we need to switch to Level 1 floor plan view. And we're going to be creating a new section. So we want to go to the View tab, select onto Create Area here and Section. And it says draw a section tag as shown in Figure 8-1.1. Start on the left side in this case. Use the Move tool if needed to accurately adjust the section tag after intersection. Or the section should go through the doors in the stair shaft. So if you turn to page 8.2, what we're going to do is start over here to the outside of those doorways and go all the way through to the opposite side, okay? And then what we want to do is move these down so that you're just inside the stairway shaft, okay, to the inside of each end. It says Figure 8.8-1.1 shows the section tag selected. The section tag features are very similar to the elevation tags. You can adjust the depth of the far clip plane and the width of the section with the adjustment grips. So same with the elevation tags. This is your adjustment grips. You can drag them and move them or change them wherever you want, and you can move them back and forth here. If you have done it to the opposite side and need to do it to the reverse side, you can flip one of these arrow buttons to do that. Okay, so now we want to go to our project browser and find that section view that we just did. We want to right click onto the section 1 and we want to choose rename and rename it longitudinal section. And then we want to double click onto that view if you're not already into it. And this is what it should look like. Top of page 8.3, it says now you can see that the stairs are cut off on the back side because of the far clip plane location in the plan view. Also, you can see the roof is shown in section exactly where the section line is shown in the plan. So now we need to adjust the far clip plane in plan view so that the entire stair shows and the crop region is not visible. Okay, so if you click on this, it's stairways are in there. You've got everything shown as they have shown it. But to turn off, let's see here, we want to make sure that our crop region is not visible. So how do you do that is go over here on your properties palette, go down to crop region view and turn off that check mark and hit apply, and now it should have disappeared. Okay. Now on the view control bar, we need to change the detail level to medium. So we go down here. Right now it's at coarse. You want to change that to medium. It says zoom in onto the elevator shaft as shown in Figure 8-1.4. So here we have our elevator shaft. Top of page 8.4. You should notice an added level of detail in this section view. For example, the concrete hatch in the floor and the CMU joist lines in the elevator shaft. This added detail helps the drawing read better. Next, you'll add a cross-section view. So add a section shown as shown in figure 8-1.5. So we want to go back to our floor plan view, go on to view, section, and we want to drag it from bottom to top. Okay, and just as shown. Now we want to go down here and rename this cross-section 1, to cross-section 1. Okay, so our two-section view should be cross-section 1 and longitudinal section. Okay. Adjust the far flip plane if required so that the entire atrium roof will be visible in the cross-section 1 view. So let's go ahead and see that. Looks like all of our roof is in here. Now if this came to where this was too short, you could have adjusted that, like if that was cut off, you could adjust that cropped view. Okay, so now they want you to go and set this detail level to medium and turn off the crop region visibility. So you go down here in the properties palette and turn off that check mark. Okay, we're on top of page 8.5. Revit automatically displays line heavier for objects that are in section than for objects beyond the cutting plane. Also, with the detail level set to medium, the walls and floors are hatched to represent the material in the section. Notice that the longitudinal section tag is automatically displayed in the cross-section 1 view. Vertically here, we can see that. If you switch to the longitudinal section view, you'll see the cross-section 1 section tag. So if we go to the other, you can see the other section view placed. Okay, now we go on to page 8.6, modifying the project model in section view. So step 2, we need to make sure that this cross-section 1 view is open. It says on level 2, move the single glass door 5 foot to the north. If we zoom in here, first we want to click onto this and delete it. And then we want to move this over. The best way to do that, to move it exactly 5 feet, is here you see that the dimension says 17'6". So we want to delete 5 feet from that. So we'll just change that from 17'6" to 12'6" and push enter. So it moved it over 5 feet. Another thing you notice here, it says adjust the ceiling height in the lower right room to be 9 foot above level 1. So over here you can see if you click onto the ceiling on level 1 on the right bottom portion of your section view, you can say that it's at 8 foot high right now. We want to change that to say 9 foot. So again, we can change the ceiling height in any view that we're currently in. Okay, we are on page 8.7, step 5, switch to level 2 view, floor plan view. Says you should see the door in its new location and the other door has been deleted, and it has been. So now we switch to the east atrium view. Here we go. Says you can see the changes here as well. Compare this elevation with figure 7-4.1 from lesson 7. Also notice that the section mark was automatically added to the elevation. Remember, you can double click on the section bubble to switch to that view. So again, you can either come up here and click onto this arrow to see that section, or you can find it in your project browser. Oh, Jocelyn joined us. Yay! Hello, Jocelyn. You there?
Hi, Rhonda.
Hi.
Yeah.
Glad you're with us.
Hi.
We are on page 8.7, just to let you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're in the east atrium view. Let's see here. Okay, now we're on page 8.8, wall sections. Setting up the wall section view. So now we want to go to the cross-section view that we created earlier. And we want to go to our View tab, Create Area, and go under Callout. And it says place a callout tag as shown in figure 8-3.1. So what we want to do is pick on the upper left and then drag to the lower right. Or I guess don't drag, but you select and you don't drag it, but you go down here and select all the area that they're showing. And then it says use the control grips for the callout tag to move the reference bubble as shown. So we need to move this bubble up to the top and to the right. So if we click onto that, we see these little drag portions here. So I'm going to move this one up. It only allows me to do the one at a time, so there. There we go. So there is now our callout tag. Page 8.9, notice that a view was added in the sections category. So if we come down here, we now have callout of cross-section 1 added. Additionally, callouts differ from section views in that the callouts is not referenced in every related view. It's kind of like a zoomed view of that cross-section. So we want to either double-click on here or click onto this callout section 1 view to get this portion to show. We're on the page 8.10. In the view property, set the view scale to 3/4 equals 1. So right now it says 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. We want to change that to 3/4 equals 1 foot. And then we want to change the detail level to fine. Okay. You can notice here as we zoom in, we can now see the cross hatch marks of the different materials that are within that section. Okay, so if we zoom in here, okay, mine's showing correctly. Oh no, this one isn't. So you can see here that this floor kind of runs into the wall. So to clean that up, we can go to the Join tool. Let's see here. Modify, Join, and then join this with this. And then now it's correct. Okay? Now the walls stop before the floor, before and after the floors. Let's see if we have to do it on the other level. That looks fine. That looks fine. That looks fine. Okay. Is everybody there with me?
Yep.
Okay. All right, we're on the page 812. Then we want to, let's see here. I'm going to get out of that join mode, zoom out a little bit. And they want us to be in this cross-section view, call out of cross-section 1 view. So we want to adjust the view properties so that the crop region is not visible. So we want to go down here under properties, crop region not visible. So now that's disappeared. And then we want to start adding dimensions to it. This does not look correct. I'm not showing the window. I'm going to need to go back. It's not showing it in there either, so go to my floor plan. Ah, so I need to change this view or that view. Yes, I need to change this so it's in the middle of a window. Okay, now I'm going to go back to cross section 1. I can now see my windows. Go up to my call out. Yes, there's windows now. Okay. So I'm on the bottom of page 812. I need to add dimensions to it. I'll zoom in. To put dimensions, I go to Annotate, Aligned. I select onto this datum level, and then to this first horizontal line, and it should say 3 foot 4 inches. Okay, I'm going to go to Measure again, that same line to the outside of my window, and it should say 4 feet. So the next thing I want to do is zoom in here, click on my 4 foot. Oop, don't want to do that. And this dimension text box should come up, and under the suffix area type M period O period and hit apply. Okay, so now that dimension, anytime we have a window, we want to do the MO dimension, which stands for masonry open. Okay, so now we just continue adding dimensions as shown on page 814. Annotate, aligned. Annotate, aligned. Again, we want to zoom in here, click on the 4 foot, and type MO, masonry open, and then continue up the wall. Okay. All right. Now, what we want to do on step 9 on page 814 is add the annotation marks, exactly how they have it shown on figure 8-4.5. So we want to start down here. And zoom in on the concrete. Okay, here's the concrete. And you want to give an annotation, so annotate text. And we want to create a leader, 2-segment leader. So we point down to the cement, we go a certain point, and then we just start typing. And we want to do it in all caps. See, we are in the wrong text mode, but we'll change that in just a little bit. So it should say concrete and metal deck over steel bar joist. What we do want to do is, while we're typing this, is tab after deck. And then when you're done, just click somewhere outside of that. I don't know why that came up. I have to try it again. I think before I start typing, I'll just go ahead and change it to the 3/32 Arial. Then it's smaller, so now I can type in. And then click outside there. So now there's my leader with my notes. Now I need to also add a brick cavity wall note as well as aluminum window system typical. So let's go over here. When you're doing these text boxes or these leaders, we kind of want to get them all to look the same. So a cyan line will come up to show you that you're lining up with one another. And then you can go ahead and type. And then click outside the box, and they should line up somewhat. Not perfect. Annotate text leader. Again, it should line up. Aluminum system typical. Then click outside there. So there's our notes. Okay. So again, these, if you haven't already, this text should all read, if you click onto it, you should be selecting the 3/32 Arial type size. Also, just for your information, when you're doing these details, they should all be done in capitalized letters, typically for architectural text. Okay, now we get into the more the harder part here, the long, harder part. This is a very long chapter, and there's a lot to it, and it's going to take a while. So we might be done. We probably won't get through this, but we are probably going to have, we're hoping that Briley will do a couple drawings for us and save us some time this week and just email it to us. Is everybody okay with that? Are you guys there?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody raise your hand. Everybody raise your hand if they think it's a good idea Briley do some of the work for us this week. Jocelyn, are you there? So you and Caroline, you don't want Briley to do some work for you? What? You raised your hand? I don't see your hand raised. Okay, there it is. Jocelyn, are you there? Jocelyn? Hello? Well, maybe she wants the extra work this week.
Hello?
Jocelyn,
Yes.
are you there?
Yeah. Sorry, I had my kids around.
Oh, that's okay. I was just asking, you know, and this is okay if you want to say no, but I was just asking if you wanted Briley to do some of the work for us this week and email it to us, these different details. And I said if you wanted, well, there's like several detailed drawings that we'll do, and we'll do the first 2 or 3 here tonight, but we're not going to get through all of them tonight. So I was going to have Briley work on some of those and then just email it to us so that we can cut and paste it into our drawings. Sound good?
I mean, yeah, that, I guess.
Well, you can always do that by yourself. That's fine too.
Okay.
Just kidding. Okay. We are on page 815. Now, I kind of have some conflicting views with this. It's saying that it's better off to draw your own details in Revit than it is to have it uploaded from a CAD drawing or a Autodesk drawing. Since I use AutoCAD quite a bit and I know it well, it's easier and faster for me to draw these detailed drawings probably in AutoCAD and then import those in, or at least have the link placed in there for my AutoCAD drawing. I think that would be quicker for me. But they do give you the option, if you want to contain it within Revit, it'll show you how to do those detailed drawings inside this same file. Let's see here. It has a lot of notes that they're talking about here on details. I think detail drawings are very important. You kind of want to show exactly how things are made so that there's no question when they're out on the job site, and so that in case you're not there, everything's constructed exactly how you want them to be. So details, you're going to need to know how to do details, and whether, you know, that's up to you whether you want to use AutoCAD or whether you want to do Revit. But in case you don't know how to do Revit, which it was new to me too, we'll learn how to do that. But this first section here on the bottom of page 815, it describes how a lot of times people do draw them in AutoCAD, and we want to link them into our project. They said, in general, it is best to avoid an AutoCAD DWG file within Rivet. However, when it is required, they should always be linked in and not imported and never exploded, which I did not know before reading this. Importing DWG files make them difficult to manage, and exploding them creates lots of extra text styles, fill patterns, and other items that clutter the BIM database. So what they're saying is here, is if you import them in, and especially if you explode it, what you're doing is you're creating a lot of extra stuff in your Revit file that shouldn't be there. And because of all this extra stuff, you're going to there's a chance that you might start hurting your actual Revit file. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that our Revit file is good and clean and is available to us anytime we want to get access to it. So they're going to show us a better way, instead of importing in a DW file, to instead link it in. So now they want us to go on the top of page 816 and go to View, and then Create Area, and then Drafting View. Okay, that's Plan View. This is Drafting View here with the T-square. We want to change this to say, instead of drafting 1, we want to say typical roof drain detail. And we want to make sure that the scale says 1.5 equals 1 foot. And then say OK. Now this takes us, it automatically creates, just like we did our section views, it automatically creates these drafting views that are linked in with our drawing. So now what we want to do, since we already have a file that's on your CD that came with your textbook, if you have that DVD with you, go ahead, or CD, go ahead and place that in your computer. If not, you can do this later, okay, if you don't happen to have it with you. But if you do happen to have it, we want to go to Insert, Link section, and go Link CAD. Okay, then we want to go ahead and find that. And it's under a file under DWG Files. And then select the typical roof drain detail. But before we place it in, what we want to do is set our color options to black and white. So, colors. We want to make sure that that's changed to black and white down here. And then say Open. So if we zoom in here, that is our drain detail, okay? Which is really nice to have. If you're doing a drawing for someone, this would be a nice detail to just save under your files so that you don't have to redraw this drain detail, because most of them are done this very similarly. Although some of them, of the drains, are not protruding like this. It depends if it's a shower drain or if it's an outdoor drain, whatever it might be. But here's our drain file. Okay, we to get this to zoom fit, a quick version to how to do that is just type in ZF, and then it'll fit that detailed drawing within our window. Okay. You can also go into these drawings and manage the line weights. And if you type in VB and go into the imported categories section here, you can see that there are different line weights within here that we could change if we wanted to, but we're not going to. Okay? Just to show you how you would do that if you wanted to change it. Now we're on page 819. It says Autodesk Rivet architecture has a large array of 2D detail components that can be used to create 2D details. These components allow for efficient detail drafting and design. Not every detail in Revit is generated from the 3D model. The amount of modeling required to make this happen is restricted by time, file size, and computing power. The following is an outline of this overall process. This will be followed by a few exercises for practice. So, at this point, we're not going to do this page here on 819. We're going to skip that. And we are going to the flooring detail on page 820. It says the first two details, you would draw a simple detail consisting of detail lines, filled regions, and text and dimensions. You will draw a high-end floor and wall-based detail known as terrazzo. This finish is poured in a liquid state, allowed to dry, and then polished to a smooth finish. The colors and aggregate options are virtually unlimited. Okay, so what we want to do is create a new drafting view. So we want to go to View, Create Drafting View. I don't want to save this. And we want to change it to say terrazzo base detail. And we want to change the scale to say 3 inch equals 1 foot. Okay. All right. It says next you will draw the details shown below. See the next page for specific steps. So using the detail lines tool on top of page 821 from the Annotate tab, draw the floor line 8 inches long using the wide lines. So what we want to do is go to the Annotate. This here is line detail or detail line. And we want to draw a line with, shoot, can't see it, wide lines at the bottom. So we'll start drawing it, and we got to zoom in here because we only want it to be 8 inches long. I'm going to make sure that this, yep, it's wide line, even though it's, if you zoom in here, it'll get a little bit thicker. Mine doesn't show a thickness. Okay. So, what we want to do is draw a vertical line, also 8 inches long, using the medium line style. This line should be about 2 inches from the right edge of the floor line. So I'm going to draw, annotate, draw, make sure that my line is a medium line. And make sure that this is 8 inches long. Okay. Now we want to offset the two lines that we drew to create the terrazzo floor and base. So we want to go to Modify, then Offset, and make sure on this options bar it says it's an offset value of 3/8 of an inch. Make sure that this copy is set and you want it to be numerical. and then pick the floor line. Now, depending on where we pick it, it'll go either above or below. We want it to go above. And we want this to go to the front. Okay. Now on the bottom of page 821, it says your drawing should now look like the image to the right. Next, you will change the top horizontal line to a lighter line weight, offset it up 6 inches to create the top of the wall base, and then use the fillet arc to round off the corners. Okay, so what we want to do is select my modify button to get out of it, select onto this, and I want to change this style to medium line. Now I want to offset this line up 6 inches. You can use mine if you want.
Who's that snazzy professor student over there?
So now I've offset this top line 6 inches up.
Oh, he's in the corner too. He never has seats.
Select the detail line from the annotation tab. Select fillet arc from the draw panel. Okay, so we are in annotate, drawing mode. Select, over here under draw, fillet to arc. Set the line style to medium lines, which it is, and check the radius and set the radius to 1/4 inch. Okay, now step 12 on page 822, click on the portion of the 2 lines you want to remain. So that would be here and here. So there's our 1/4 inch. Now we want to repeat this so that these 2 have a 1/4 inch radius. Okay, so at this point it should look like this. I am going to trim this. Let's see here. Actually, I'm going to come in here and just shorten this so that it's now to the length of the wall. Okay, and I'm just going to save you some hassle here. It did ask for you to draw an invisible line here and to still have these going further on each end here, and somehow it would still make the pattern fill work. But what I found is you just have to complete all of this as one unit beforehand, and it goes a lot smoother. So what I want to do is click on this and snap on both of those ends so that they're flush. Oh, I want to join both of these so that they're flush. If they're not flush, they'll just be weird. So I'm going to check all these. And I can draw a line at the end here. It tells you to draw an invisible line. And I am just going to go through here and make sure all these are connected well with one another. Otherwise it'll throw you a fit. Okay, hopefully it'll work now. Okay, so now we're on the top of page 823, step 14. You want to go to Annotate, Filled Region, Filled Region. Now it's going to ask you, what do you want filled? So again, we're in a drawing mode, and until we select a completed area, we can't get out of it. So what we want to do is select this portion here where we want to pick lines and just start picking our lines. And then select check mark. Okay, and did it. Okay, if you do it the way it tells you in the book, you would have an invisible line here and these lines would be extended. If you want to choose to keep those extended, you can now go in and extend those lines if you want to, and it'll go a lot easier. Okay, so now that is your detailed drawing of your tile flooring. Okay, now we're on, on page 825, and we want to add the details text that's shown on the top of page 825. So we go to Annotate, Text, Leader, again all caps. Choose that again. Again, we want to line them up with our cyan lines. Click outside. And then we want to add a dimension. Annotate, Aligned, click the top of that to this top surface. Should say 6 inches. Now what they want you to do is go in here and change it so it just says 6 inches. So you want to select onto this dimension line, go to Edit Type, go down to Units Format, uncheck this, and then check Suppress 0 feet. And it says 6 inches. Another thing that they want you to do is select one of the notes, go to Edit Type, and change this leader arrowhead from arrow 30 degrees to arrow filled 30 degrees. So we can change our arrows both to filled. Okay, on the bottom of page 825, it'll show you how to load this view into another project, but we don't want to do that right at this point. But if you do have a project that you'd like that detail to be placed in, you can do that. Okay, is everybody with me? Are you there? Caroline, you there? 6:14?
I'll call you back in a second.
Oh. Oh, you don't have a textile? Really? Well, I'll look at it after. Huh. Okay. All right, Kim, You there?
Yeah,
Kim?
I'm here.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just catching up.
Yeah. Where are you at?
8:23.
Not too far back. You're doing good. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, Josie,
Yes,
you there?
yes, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I am just redoing this. I know we cut and pasted it, but I'm just redoing it now in this program. So it is in my browser.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you had cut and pasted. Yeah. Okay. Did it go easier this time?
Well, I'm in the process now of, yeah, following you, watching you, and also then following the book and deciding what needs to be eliminated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Jocelyn,
Yeah,
how you doing on your project?
I'm good, but I haven't started on this one. Like, I had encountered a problem at the last one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you looked at it.
I did look at it, but I think we had the wrong file. What I was telling them at the beginning of class was what's happening is if you click onto that, you mean that section that it's not connecting to the curved roof?
Yeah.
If you select the 4-foot wall underneath that white portion, if you select it from that front view there or the south end view, what it's showing is that one of the ends is protruding out to the front.
Okay.
And so in order to correct that, you go to floor plan TO masonry view.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll zoom in here. It wouldn't allow me to do this, and it's not allowing me to do it right now either.
Okay.
But if you go on here, if you select one of the walls, both of the walls should be all the way to the end. Do you see on my screen?
Yeah.
They shouldn't go all the way to the front. This side should not go to
Okay.
the front. So you
Okay.
need to click on it and move one back and move the other one more forward so that the front is all the way from end to end.
Okay.
But if that doesn't work, and if so far everybody has had problems with that, I won't count you down if that doesn't get connected.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay? All right.
Okay.
Was that the
All right, thank
major
you.
issue?
Yeah, that was just it.
Okay. Well, you're just like everybody
Okay.
else.
Okay.
All right, Katie, how you doing? Katie.
I'm doing pretty good. I did have one question.
Mm-hmm.
On some of my drawings that I'm doing, especially like the section view, the cross section,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason it is not letting me. I cannot see the notes that I add. It keeps giving me a warning saying that I need to change like the view or something, and I don't know how. I don't know what to do with that.
So if we go to your call out of cross-section view, is this what you're talking about? It's not letting you place them?
Yeah. Well, it'll let me like put in. Oh, hold on. Let me try to do one real quick, so I can see what the actual error is. It says none of the created elements are visible in section cross-section 1 call-out view. You may want to check the active view, its parameters, and visibility settings.
So when you go to your section view, does it look like my screen as far as these hatch marks and the window? Can you see the window?
Yeah.
So you can see all that.
Yeah, it's just when I add the notes, when I try to add the notes.
Is that what happened to you, Caroline? Katie is saying she's experiencing the same thing. It's just when she's adding notes.
Yes, okay, I'll do it. Because it's because you're not in the crop region, and we just figured that out now.
Crop region.
Katie.
There
Hi,
she
Katie.
is.
Go to your properties palette on the side and turn on your crop region view thing. And then,
Oh, I bet you, yeah. Okay.
yeah, and then you have to do it inside of that.
Oh,
After half an hour of trying
Okay.
to play phone.
that makes sense.
Is it working now, Katie?
That does make sense. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that will do it.
Okay.
Good job, Caroline.
Good job, Briley.
Good job, you guys.
Yep, they're all the ones that I've added. That's funny. Okay.
Oh, I bet if I turned it on, I'm going to have about 50 tags because I tried to replace it so many times.
Yeah, I have 8 right now.
So there's going to be at least 12.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe
that'll
next
work.
time I
Thank you.
teach this, I'll put a note in here to turn off. Let me go back. Turn off after we put notes. Okay.
That'll work. Otherwise, I'm good so far.
Okay. Kristen, how's it going?
Okay. Going okay.
Are you done eating?
Yep.
Good. Okay, so are you taking notes, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me see. Shelley, you out there?
Yes, ma'am.
How's it
I am
going?
taking notes, playing on my catch-up. Oh, okay. Yesterday was hell, I told you that, and my Revit may have to still be reinstalled, but anyway.
Oh, well, you won't lose any current work if you have to do that.
Okay, good. I saw you told me that in the email, and that was great, because yesterday was a fiasco.
Sometimes when you first install it, I had a lot of issues too, but I had to reinstall mine as well. It took a couple weeks to get it going well, and I don't know why. There's a lot of variances in there, and with me, I think what the problem was is that even though I had bought really strong, powerful internet service, but because my router was weak, I was doing it in a section of my home where the router wasn't as strong, and I was only getting half a signal. And so when I was downloading it, I was losing information.
Well, I had it installed prior to school starting, and then when I had that system restored ordeal in September, this is my second install as of September the 8th. So I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it. I may have to redo it again this week, though. So we'll see.
Well, if you need to go to meeting with any of us, just let us know.
Yeah, Briley's been great we've emailed back and forth about some stuff, and we may have to on Wednesday. We'll see.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So now we are on the top of page 826, and we're going to create another new drafting view. So let me figure out where that was. View, drafting view, and we want to name this floor transition detail. And change the scale 3 inch equals 1 foot. Okay, so draw the detail per the following guidelines. It has all these steps on there. It should look like the bottom of page bottom of page 826. So I will go ahead and work on that. Okay, unless there's something else that somebody wants me to look at their Revit file and help them with anything, I'm going to leave that open and see if there's anybody who wants me to look at something. So, okay, no one needs any help? Okay. So, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and start drawing this detail. Draw my, let's see here, drafting detail. Now I want to go to annotate, draw, and I want my line to be wide line for the bottom floor, and draw a floor. May not have to be that long. Okay. And I'm going to offset that. ¼ inch or 1/8 inch, and use okay, zoom in here, it's 1/8 inch. So I'm going to change this line to say medium line. Zoom out. So that is my resilient flooring thickness. Now I'm going to offset 1/4 inch and 1/4 inch. Actually, I didn't do it right. Should be 1/4 inch off of the bottom. There we go. Change this line weight to medium. And then offset it again, 1/4 inch. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a line. That is medium line. And then start trimming. Oh shoot, did it the wrong way. Shoot. Oh, keep doing it wrong. I keep doing it the way AutoCAD does it. There. And then one more. There. So here's my 1/8 inch and then quarter inch. This is what's 1/4 inch is the grout, and then this is my tile. But first I want to create another line. It's 1 inch and 7/8 off. And then this portion here is the solid surface threshold. So I want to have a radius here. So going to draw and choose my radius to be, yeah, 1/4 inch would be good. There. Now I want to trim. There. So this portion here, I need to make this radius a little bit bigger. I need to make this let's try 3/8 of an inch. There, it's a little bit better. So this portion here is my solid surface threshold. Now I need to start making my grout and tile. So the grout is 1/4 inch thick. And I don't know how big of a piece it is. I don't know. We will offset that maybe 1 inch. It needs to be bigger. Now do 1/4 and then another 1.5 inches. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to trim this. to trim. I know, trim. Okay. Trim. Okay. So I'm going to fill in these, draw a line. And again, trim. There. Now I can start filling in. So I go to annotate, filled region. I'm going to pick these areas. Shoot. Okay, I think I'm going to have to draw over it. I think that's what the deal is. So I'm going to fill region, draw all my lines. Yeah, I need to change that hatch. Okay, now I want to edit. I want to change this to solid gray. And I want to change my color to gray. Okay, so now I got that solid gray. The grout is to be hatched with sand dense. So, filled region, draw lines. So this should say sand dense. Color should be black. Okay. It's not showing up. There. Oh shoot, that changed that. So now we want the diagonal up small. see. Diagonal up small. They don't give us a choice. Yeah, cool. Now I need to reselect this and put this as solid. Okay. They had 192. Just gonna pick a gray. Okay, got all those. Now I just need to add my text. Okay, keep adding. And then concrete floor. There. Okay. Alright, so everybody get it? When you're doing that pattern fill, it has to be enclosed. You might have to draw over your existing lines or select existing lines. But that has to be, just like when you're doing your flooring and your ceiling, there has to be a continued area here, and it cannot extend out further. Okay, so when you're selecting things, it has to be a solid piece before you can fill it in something. AutoCAD is the same way. So anyway, if you want to do that, I think these tiles I didn't draw long enough. I think these were 1.5 inches. Oh, they need to be 4 inches. That's what it is. So it says step 41 on page 826. It says draw the tile 1/4 inch thick and 4 inch wide. So these are incorrect. So these should, instead of 1.5 inches, they should be 4 inches each. So beyond that, I think we're good to go. Continuing on with this chapter, it has you do the base cabinet with drawers on page 827. And then it has you do the ceiling detail on page 833. And then there's also a podium or a fixed student desk at raised seating classroom on page 835. And so those are the items that we would ask Briley to do, and he's going to keep me posted as far as what he gets entered in there. I'm not going to worry about it too much if we don't get all of them, but I think the base cabinet with drawers is important to have, and the ceiling detail is good to have, And if we can and have time for the student fixed student desk, that would be great too. But if we don't get to it, that's fine. So anyway, those are the 3 other details that we'll need to add here before finishing this lesson 8. Next week, we're going to be doing the fun part, interior design, where we're actually going to be placing fixtures within the bathroom. We're going to be creating the toilet rooms and the partitions within those areas. We're going to add some cabinetry into the kitchen and add furniture, guardrails. What else do we do? And then that's it for next week. So next week will be a little bit less confusing, and hopefully we can get these sections, these detailed drawings in for you, and we will email those out to you. Okay? Yeah, I'm thinking it should email. If they're too big to email, I'll let you know, but otherwise just plan on receiving that sometime this week. So, are there any other questions you guys have? Kim, how about you?
I'm fine. I'm doing well.
Okay. All right. Josie?
Yes, good. It's helpful.
Okay. Jocelyn? How you doing?
Good.
You doing good?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I want to let you guys know that I will be in this Thursday instead of Friday from 10 to noon. Okay? I'll be in the studio in room 2166. 2160. I don't know. You guys know where the studio is. I'll be here from 10 to 12 this Thursday. Next week, I might have the same day on Thursday. Otherwise, I'll make it Friday, but I'll let you know which day I'll be here. So, also, too, if you guys can let me know for sure if you're going to be here Thursday, that would be great. If no one's here, I won't come in. But please let me know if you plan on being here. So, if there aren't any questions, I'll unmute in a minute. We will finish up with tonight's lesson. So, are there any questions? Does anybody know does anybody know offhand right now if they are coming in on Thursday?
I'll come in.
What?
I'll be there.
Okay. Okay. And Kristen, you'll be there?
Yep.
Okay. So for sure I will be here Thursday. Okay. So I will see you guys then. Otherwise, you can plan on Briley uploading the recording on Wednesday as well. Okay? If he doesn't get to it Wednesday with all these drawings he's got to do, I'll do it Thursday. So I'll see you guys, and have a good week.
Thanks, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good night.
You too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.